Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Monday. It's a pool video day. I got a few things to talk to you about. Well, not really. I just got one thing to talk to you about. And we'll get right into that. Give me just a minute. I'll get cleaned up and get right back with you. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Max. I am the fast talking flipper. Angie's my better half. She'll probably show up here in just a second. She's coming out to work and do some stuff. She's got an absolute mess over there. She's working on all kinds of things, cleaning things up and getting them ready to go to be listed. And that's because we're resellers and we had a big weekend of buying some electronics. You'll see some videos coming out about that. I had a killer score earlier today and had some stuff over the weekend that we got that was really, really good as well. We are resellers here in the Cincinnati metro market, meaning that we're about half an hour from downtown Cincinnati out in Indiana, and we buy at estate sales, thrift stores, auctions, you name it, we buy there, and yard sales, of course, and we buy there. We sell it online, usually on eBay, for at a profit. This weekend sucked. Terrible weekend. I don't really know what was up with that. 12 orders for $494.55. It is way below where we want to be. We want to see about $1,000 a weekend, so we're about half of that. We did have one order for a throttle body that was just car orders, and that will go out. I'll get it out today, but it's a throttle body. It's $60 shipped. It's not a huge dollar item. It'll go out, get that sold, or get that shipped out. But I've got 12 items to pool and get out of here, so we'll get that done, and I'll talk to you about the topic about why eBay is absolutely terrible. E3, an Olympus stylus 7.1 megapixel camera. It is now part of one of our asks. I'm having problems with my voice again today, which is great because I haven't had that problem in a while. I just went to the doctor for it again, and we're trying to rule things out at this point. There's no rhyme or reason. After I eat, it feels like there is something stuck in my throat, as if I'm choking, and it is not fun. This is, I hope, a different camera than what's in there, because it says it's an FE230 in the picture, or in the title, but that is definitely an FE190 box. Okay, that is right. But that is an FE230 camera. I remember getting this, and I remember thinking that the camera is the wrong one for the box, but that's okay because it had all the goodies that went with it, and it went for $29.99 plus shipping, so that's going to get out of here. We have been buying digital cameras. It's one of our asks when we go to yard sales now. You know, do you have any digital cameras? That kind of thing. And usually, stuff like that, that's not a great camera. Obviously, it is not a very good camera, but because someone might have had that camera and it stopped working, and they know that camera in and out, so they want another replacement. So it's an easy kind of thing where it's already sold itself. My next item is this Apple USB wired keyboard. It's an older one. Say hello, Kovu. My little man just came in to see me. Apple wired keyboard, Apple wired mouse. I don't remember. I remember seeing them at a yard sale and they were pretty cheap, maybe a couple bucks. And they sold $24.99. They sold pretty quick too. I just grabbed those and they sold pretty quick. No idea where this next one came from. Smalls 4. It is a remote control. So Shagan would be proud of me on this one. It is a Cinevision. I'm going to guess it's probably for a DVD VHS. Yes, DVD VHS. Right there. Weird one. Very specific though. $34.99 for just a remote control. That's easy to ship. Just wrap it up, be done with it. PS2 controller, emerald green, see-through, DualShock. I feel like we just got this. I feel like we just did. Yeah, I feel like we did. I don't remember where though. It's right there. Just the controller. I think that we got it with the PS2 that had two other controllers with it, and they were aftermarket. So rather than split those up, this was worth more by itself. It wasn't going to increase the value. You know, it had two Nerf controllers. I don't know if you've seen these. Nerf controllers are actually spongy. Weird. They're just like Nerf stuff. And it had two Nerf controllers with it and this controller, and it was a regular PS2. not worth a ton, you know, however much a PS2 is worth. But adding this controller to it wasn't going to increase the value any. Adding the Nerf controllers to it wasn't going to decrease the value really any. So it made more sense to leave the Nerf controllers, leave 2 of them with it, and take this one out and sell it separately, because this guy by himself sold pretty quick for $24.99. So easy to sell right there. Here's another one. We just got this over the weekend. We like this kind of stuff where you get it, it sells super quick, and you can get it out of here. This was at our local community sale. There we go. The one right down the street. And unfortunately, it wasn't good this year. I don't know why. It just wasn't good. But we got this guy, I want to say for $1. Yeah, it was $1. She did say $1. There was some other Google stuff that was next to it. But got that new in the package, wireless mobile 4000 mouse. And let's see, what is it sell for? $34.99. And it sold quick, you know, it's a couple days. Sold probably the same day that it actually got listed. Maybe the day after, I don't know. A2, Hanes boxer briefs. These didn't sell for a ton, but they were one of those things like, they're super easy to look up. You grab them. I paid $1 for them. I'm sitting down to list, and I grab these and I look them up, and you know, you've already got them on the screen. They're easy to package, easy to ship. Everything's easy about them. Normally I wouldn't list them, but because everything it just fell in line, I went ahead and did it. $8.99. That's going to go in a poly mailer, not even a bubble mailer, just a poly mailer, and get a label on it. It'll take me 30 seconds to ship it, so it's definitely easy to do with, to deal with, not to do with. Toy box 2. Gonna guess it's this lot right there, and I'll tell you here in just a second what that is a lot of. It's a Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Guardian of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy, because there's more than one Guardian. It's that whole kit and caboodle. Gonna put that in a little box there. $29.99. That came from the rummage sale. Smalls 9. Smalls 9. This one here. Yeah, that looks like it. I can't read what that says off of the game, but that is the cartridge. Super Mario Advance, Nintendo Game Boy Advance. Super Mario Advance, that's what it is. I grabbed I was at a yard sale, and there were a bunch of people standing around, and I was afraid that if I sat there and spent too long trying to look these things up, that somebody was going to grab it. There was a DS, and there was a handful of games in a package. I said, "How much do you want for it?" She said, $20. And I said, "No, whatever. You know, it's $20." Luckily, there were some decent games, because this one sold for $9.99. Not a great game, but you know, still, it helps chunk away at what things are valued for. 04, a black Wii, 04. I think this is already packaged. Wii's have come way down in value, and they're just not selling like they used to be. Yep, it's already packaged back there. So that's going to go out just like that. But it's a black Wii with controllers and a game with it, so it's already set up to go. This makes them sell a little bit easier, I think. Because you usually get them with the cords and stuff. So what are you going to do with the cords if you sell just the bundle? And that's what it is. Or sell just the console, not the bundle. If you sell just the console, you're going to be stuck with a whole bunch of cords. $50 for that guy. And they paid shipping on top, so that's okay. P3. We like to part out the Sony PlayStation VR stuff, because it seems to sell for more than what the unit would sell for if you had it all as a bundle. So we part them out when we get them, usually. And I've done it before where, like, I used buying a system to pay for the VR that came with a system to pay for the system. My daughter wanted one for her birthday, so I bought one that had a VR with it, and selling the VR off, because she had no interest in the VR. Selling the VR off was enough to pay for the system. So that was kind of nice. But these are the wands, the control wands that go with it. $39.99 for the pair. That's pretty good. Another item. We just got it over the weekend, and it sold quick. It sold, actually, we got it from the same sale that we got that mouse thing from. E4. E4 is where I'm going. It is a Google Chromecast. People going on eBay and buying Google products is funny. It's just ironic to me. Google Chromecast, new in the package. And it didn't sell for a ton. I think we might have sold it on an offer because it was probably listed. Definitely wasn't listed for this price what it sold at. That sold at $36.79. So that would have been sold on an offer off of $39.99. And last but not least, I'm going to I2, The Art of Diablo hardcover book. I think I got this at the Honey Hole, I believe. And I would have thought it would have been worth more, but obviously it wasn't. Art of Diablo. There's two of them. Seems like I've fallen into my own trap here. And I don't know which one it is, because these are both Art of Diablo. I didn't pay attention to the cover art, so I got to go back and look and see which one it is. It was the second of the two. See what happens when you put two of the same thing in there? You don't know what you're looking for. It was that guy. It's used. It's open. It appears to be new, but it's definitely open. It doesn't have the shrink wrap on it. So that thing didn't sell for a ton. $17.99. $17.99. It's easy to ship at least, and it's going to go. I think it's going to go media mail. Pretty sure it's going to go media mail. I don't see why it wouldn't go media mail. Yeah, it should go media mail. I'm going to try to put this other one back in there. So why is eBay the worst platform for reselling? It's not. It's not. Listening to Kevin's spiel today about, what platform is going to be the best a year from now, it was kind of obvious it's going to be eBay. There's nothing that's going to overtake eBay anytime soon. Unless, some major shift in the market happens, there's just nothing that's going to overtake that. It's a juggernaut at this point. It's kind of, there's a lot of people that nitpick that say this is a problem. And the thing is, for everyone that nitpicks and says that eBay has a problem or a flaw and it is monumental that they can't overcome and they're not going to sell on eBay anymore, for every one of those, there are 100 successful eBay sellers that you never hear from because you just don't know them because they're too busy being successful and shutting their mouth and actually doing the work to be successful. We're on YouTube and we're talking about $500 weekends and how terrible it is. Even if we did $500 every weekend, that's still $26,000 a year. That's not terrible. That's not a terrible year. It's not enough to sustain yourself, but it's still not terrible, and it wouldn't be hard to scale that up. I don't know what happened this weekend. I don't know. I don't know if we just didn't have the right, friction going forward, that kind of thing. It takes some, once you lose your steam, it does take some time to get it caught up. It's the same thing is true with YouTube. You can just go back and look at our videos, and we kind of lost our way in getting videos posted routinely. We were doing pretty good about posting 2 to 3 videos every week, and then we got away from that. And now our views aren't nearly as much because they're not pumping us into the algorithm as much as they used to be. So, it is what it is. If you don't put the work in, you're not going to get the effort or the return out of it. So that's where we stand with it. But as far as I'm concerned, eBay will be the juggernaut for the foreseeable future. The next years and years to come. Maybe not forever. Kevin was saying, it's the rule that, look at Sears. Well, that was a different... That was a different thing. Look at how long McDonald's has been the top of the food chain as far as fast food goes. When you're aiming for the biggest giant out there, you're looking at McDonald's. People don't say, oh my gosh, look at how great Subway does things. Subway's bigger than McDonald's, but Subway doesn't have the product the way that McDonald's does. Everybody looks at McDonald's. It's just kind of the way it is. So it would take a whole different change in how we are. The reason Sears failed is that they failed to keep up with the times. eBay was ahead of the times, and that's kind of where they were. It would take a shift in how commerce is happening, and there was a shift in how commerce happened. We did make it brick and mortar, and then it went online. Well, that's what did away with Sears, and that particular argument is completely. It's not. It doesn't hold water, so to speak. So, I don't know. You tell me what you think. Do you see anything coming that could change that? Yeah, there's going to be people that get bigger market share. Whatnot is not going to take over. It's just not going to happen. District is not going to take over. It's just not going to happen. you'll see Mercari and Poshmark and all those kind of people, they'll ebb and flow where they get more market share and then they lose market share. But it's just, they're not going to take over what eBay has. It just isn't going to happen anytime soon. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and do all that kind of crazy stuff. And I'll see you on the next one.